The Illinois Department of Labor is working to recover nearly $4 million to give to 350 laid-off workers.
Yeah, the Attorney General's office filed 3 separate bankruptcy claims on October 30th, and the businesses failed to warn employees of the 60-day notice. The businesses could face penalties of up to $500 per day. The moves are violations of the Illinois Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, which requires employers with 75 or more full-time workers 60 days advance notice of closing or mass layoffs.